Really obvious you never truly know the truth, do you? I mean, we've noticed this before, literally, on his itinerary, because now, as he pointed out, his lawyer pointed out, that he may have not told the truth inside the best-selling book Spare. So you've shelled out all that money, and then you find out actually he might have been elaborating, not necessarily telling the truth. Now, is this just the first time? Because according to a very well-placed source, it appears that some lipstick lies, as I like to call them, could now be coming to the fruition. As ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for taking the time out. Are you all right? I know it's not bad. A bit windy here today. We're back by the pub, by the way, because they've started putting, can you see some nice flowers out again? Hopefully they'll get a little bit more, beautiful as the year goes on, because they always do a lovely display here. I do like it when you see a traditional pub, don't you, with the hanging baskets and the flowers and everything. Although I did point out, didn't I, the other day, yes, the hay fever's looming back. I know. Watery eyes, cough, and you kind of think at first you've forgotten all about it, haven't you? And you think, what is that? Why am I coughing so much? Then you think, yes, hay fever. Somebody pointed out it's tree hay fever season or something. Is it? Do you know that? Well, I expect you to know. Absolutely. We're all educated on this channel. Don't be daft. We should know. These things are vitally important, aren't they? A little bit like our breaking roll story of the day. It was one of those stories that, you just knew was fabricated, because in Prince Harry's book originally, if you recall, he said that actually William and Catherine couldn't believe that he was dating the beautiful actress Meghan Markle, star of Suits. Well, that was stretching it a bit, as we all know, because she wasn't a major player in that show. But Harry was obviously very enamoured, as one can imagine. But then, of course, things started to crumble away, because it was, as I pointed out to you, they'd never really heard of Suits, Like so many people over here in the United Kingdom, it was not a big show. How on earth they would have known about it? Well, I really don't know. It wasn't promoted in any shape or form. So it's a strange one, that, isn't it? Now, here's where it gets even more interesting, because one of the biggest stories that emerged was the fact that apparently, really, Catherine and Meghan didn't get on. We already knew that. I mean, that was clearly obvious. I thought Catherine was trying her very best, but I always thought actually that, they were not natural bedfellows. You can't expect people to instantly become best friends. I did think the way that Meghan turned up at the Wimbledon event with those trousers and the shirt, kind of like, what? You just look at the people who are dressed and then decide, should you dress accordingly? But clearly wanted to do her own thing, as always. But you see, what emerged was at a particular charitable event for the Fab Four, Harry pointed out that Meghan had requested if she could borrow some of Catherine's lipstick, a balm or whatever you girls call it, and apparently she offered that. And that was it. Now, apparently she winced when it was passed back, and this apparently caused some friction. Now, as we've told you recently about those alleged bullying claims and things like that, people are now starting to come forward, and a person who was there, and as ever we have to say allegedly, legally, well, that didn't really happen. What happened was Catherine offered the lip balm to Meghan, and then after that she said, no, it's okay, you can keep it if you like. So really, again, let me just reiterate, you can keep it if you like. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. This whole sort of altercation, apparently, Prince Harry wasn't there. This was reiterated back to him from, guess who, allegedly. So you can understand how these stories are then cemented in his head and thought, that's terrible. Now, this person who was at the event literally was one of the main people there. They would have taken in every little detail and thing that they saw. So obviously trying to sell a book, and clearly, your memory not exactly what it should be, Harry once again, some might suggest, have literally thought about these lipstick ideas and thought, that didn't really play very well, and Meghan was upset. But again, we only have Meghan's word, right? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.